Hey there, my name is Carolina. I am working closely with Abby to find the perfect trip for your family. I specialize in the Galapagos as well as Peru. I have been here many, many times with my family, and I am here to help find the perfect option for you. So, we've created an itinerary which I will share with you here. I hope we can go through it together so I can help you understand how everything works. And just know this is our first draft. We can make any changes you need if you need to alter the dates, or if something is not up to your activity level, or if we need to focus on a different budget, please know this is your trip and we will work together until it is perfect. So, March 21st, you will take your international flight to Ecuador. Once you arrive in Ecuador, my team will be waiting there for you. We have been specializing in this region for 19 years, and I have a wonderful team in Ecuador and in Peru that will be taking care of your family. This is a private trip. So outside of the Galapagos, where you'll be on a cruise, everything else is done privately. So you'll see a big sign with your family's name on it, and you will be taken to a hotel in downtown Quito. I chose the Plaza Grande. It's a great traditional hotel right in the colorful old town. So it's great. It's a great location for exploring, for going out to dinner, and just being in the center of all the action in Quito. And you will have two rooms there, one for you and your husband, and then one for the kids. And we can alter that as you need. Then, March 22nd, the same team that would have picked you up from the airport will come back and they'll show you the highlights of Quito. There's so much to see and do. There's the Equator Line, the beautiful old square with the cathedral. There are museums, there's chocolate tastings, there's so many overlooks that we're going to go to. And we will go based on your pace, based on your interests. I've put together an itinerary here, but you let me know if there's something specific that you want to see or do in Quito. But please know that we specialize in family travel and we can create something really fun for everyone. Of course, lunch is included, and you will see a little BL. Those stand for the meals that are already arranged for your family. We don't like to include all the meals because sometimes it's really lovely to go out either in the hotel or explore on your own. But please know I have so many suggestions for you if you do need some ideas of where to eat. But the meals that are listed here are included. So during your full day tour of Quito, you have lunch included. The following day, the team will come back and will take you down the Avenue of the Volcanoes to Cotopaxi just to see some life outside of the city. We're going to go to a volcano that's active. We can ride horses here, go hiking to a lagoon. We'll spend some time with the gauchos of Ecuador. We'll have a traditional Ecuadorian lunch here. It's just a day outdoors, and you let me know if that sounds like something your family would enjoy, or would you prefer a day maybe at the markets, maybe a cooking class, maybe a day at a museum doing some kind of workshop. We have it all, so you just let me know what your interests are. But this part of the country is really special. It really will give you a glimpse into the life in the Andes. And then we're ready for the Galapagos. So March 24th, we're going to take you to the airport. We have at the airport an assistant that will help you with all the Galapagos details. So your ID cards, your entry tickets, your boarding passes, going through the Galapagos customs where they check your bags and your shoes. Each one of those things is a different line. It gets really chaotic. It's early in the morning. So we make sure we walk you through all the steps, make sure everything is prepaid, and then put you on the flight to the islands. It's 2.5 hours. Once you arrive, the team from the Seastar, which is the cruise that I found for you, will pick you up and take you right to port so you can board the cruise. So the Galapagos Seastar yacht, really wonderful, family-friendly boat. It has 8 cabins, which allows 16 passengers maximum. It has multiple layers, multiple decks. So there's hot tubs, there are places to relax, there's restaurants inside and outside, and of course your cabins. So you will have 2 suites on board, one with a matrimonial bed, one we can do with 2 beds for your kids. You will be on the upper deck, both of you, so you're near each other. But this is a family-friendly kind of no shoes, really relaxing. The team will get to know everybody, and it's a small group, no more than 16 people, so it's a lot of fun. The special thing about the Seastar that instead of a 4 night cruise, which majority of the boats will do as the short cruise, they offer 5 nights. So it's almost like getting an extra night in the Galapagos at no charge because they're almost the same cost as most 4 night cruises. I really love that about the Seastar. We charter them all the time for small groups. And I think you will love it because they really customize things to make sure everybody's happy. Some more photos here for you, and then we'll dive into the itinerary. So the way that the Galapagos works is that everything is included. So all of your meals will be on board. You're sleeping for 5 nights on the cruise, and you will be getting off the boat twice a day. So usually you visit 2 different sites. If an island is really big, then it's 2 different sites on one island. Usually it's 2 different islands. You will see quite a lot. There's no backtracking and there's no waste of time because every time you're eating or sleeping, the boat is moving. So you're going to be snorkeling. You're going to go to beaches. There are different colored beaches, white sand, red sand, black volcanic sand. There are different colonies of animals like the giant tortoises up in the highlands. And there are iguanas and marine iguanas and then marine turtles. And then, of course, sea lions and then penguins, lots and lots to see and do here. You'll be in the water every day. It's a busy itinerary because there's a lot scheduled in for you to see, but please know there are plenty of time where you'll be enjoying the boat, enjoying the decks, really spending time with your family. And then, of course, all your wonderful meals are included as well. After 5 nights on the islands, which will end on March 29th, we're going to take a flight from the Galapagos back to the mainland of Ecuador and change planes to fly to Lima, Peru. Once we arrive in Lima, Peru, now we're relaxing. We're going to check into the airport hotel so we don't have to move around too much. It's literally connected to the terminal by a sky bridge. Spend the night so we can rest. And the following morning, we head out to Inca country, right? Cusco, Machu Picchu, Sacred Valley. This is really when we're entering higher altitudes. Quito is at altitude as well, but it's much lower than Peru. So when you fly into Cusco on March 30th, which is just a 1 hour flight, we will pick you up and take you right to Sacred Valley. Sacred Valley is like a countryside that's naturally between Cusco and Machu Picchu. It's like a big valley. Inside this valley, there are Inca ruins, Inca villages, indigenous communities, markets. There are places to go hiking, riding bikes, rafting, all kinds of activities, as well as relaxation places and cultural experiences. So for 2 nights, we will spend in the valley where we will stay in a beautiful hotel and then do excursions to kind of get our body acclimated to the altitude, prepare for Machu Picchu and some hiking, but really get to know Peru and the Inca culture as well. So upon arrival, we're going to go to Chinchero, which is an indigenous community. We go to Maras and Morai, which are salt terraces done by the Incas, and to this day they are worked on by the local communities. We'll have a beautiful lunch and then spend 2 nights at this Urubamba hotel. Great location. There are so many beautiful boutique properties here. The following day, we'll go to Misminai. This is a great place for families, really in touch with the indigenous cultures. Ollantaytambo, which is the largest complex of ruins in the Sacred Valley. So you get the best of both worlds. Places that you have heard of, maybe read about, but also off the beaten path places where you will not see another tourist, but you will really experience something special. Another lunch here in the Sacred Valley before we return to the hotel. And now we're ready for Machu Picchu. 2 hour train ride. Of course, we take you to the train station. We have your tickets ahead of time. 2 hour train ride, get to Machu Picchu. Private guide will show you around the ruins. We'll have lunch up there and then spend the night in the village of Machu Picchu. This will allow you to have time to not rush around, but also have time to enter the little market that's in the village. Go on a little trail. There are acres and acres of land around the property that allows you to go into orchid gardens, coffee plantations, really beautiful rainforest. And then the next morning, that allows us to wake up and do our second visit to Machu Picchu. And if you do that, I put a little map here for you. These are the ruins. And then you will hear things like Huayna Picchu, Machu Picchu Mountain. These are all different trails that you can hike. So we can do a challenging one like Huayna Picchu, or a really half the size Uchuy Picchu, or a less vertigo kind of hike to Machu Picchu Citadel. There are different trails here. Machu Picchu is cut up into six different trails. So this will allow us to see the ruins from another angle. This will allow us to get hiking, but also see the ruins in a different light because in the morning it's usually really bright and no clouds, or in the afternoon, the night before, you might have seen a little mist in the afternoon. So for photography, having two visits is such a joy. And after lunch, we get on that train and return to Cusco. So now our last 2 nights in Peru will be in Cusco, where the Palacio del Inca, an old palace that's redone into a hotel, beautiful 5-star property. We spend the night, rest, and then spend the day enjoying Cusco. We have a private guide. He'll show us around. He'll do a mocktail tour where you're running around with a local chef, tasting, making recipes, doing a lot of fun things like a local, but also seeing the main cathedral and the main square and all the beautiful sights. And then we end with a beautiful dinner that I arranged for all my guests inside a museum. The museum closes and then the restaurant inside it opens, and it's just a 5-table restaurant, very small and intimate, and it's going to be one of your best meals on this trip. And then afterwards, we take a flight home on April 4th. So April 4th from Cusco to Lima, 1 hour flight, and then Lima home. You can be home that same day on April 4th. Let me know what you think, if these dates work, if this itinerary works, if it's too busy, or if it's missing anything that you might have wanted to include. We are here to help. This is just one itinerary. Of course, we have other boats in mind if you need some other options, but I think this is a great option because you get that 5th night in the islands, which you would not get with another boat. I look forward to hearing from you. Happy travels.